our previous session was dedicated to NumPy. Okay, and we tried to execute multiple functions and numerical operations and created few arrays. Okay, with a single dimension, with a multi-dimension. Okay, so as you can see how we did this. Okay, then we created NumPy for 0 and for ones as well, and we also created a range. Okay, and single direction and single direction array. Okay, it was also covered, and we also try to find the shape of the array and the size, and we also randomize the array. Okay, so I would like to know, is there any problem so far, or should we move ahead?
I think we are okay, probably.
Yeah.
I can practice this, but
Clear till now.
So after this, okay, so whatever the examples we were working on was a very simple and easy going thing. Okay, so let's do something different and some advanced level of thing today. Okay, and for this we are going to discuss how to join two different arrays. Okay, the arrays can be joined in a multiple way, like we can join array vertically or horizontally. Okay, so for these two we have two different commands, and we need to remember that command, and let's try to execute. Okay, suppose that I have a information A. Okay, and in A I have few numbers, list of numbers 1, 2. Okay, and also B. Okay, so let's okay, so np dot array. So is it going to execute or not? Why it happened? Can you tell me?
You have to add a plus sign, maybe?
No, because we didn't use the double.
No brackets.
Okay, so as you can see that we have an array A and B, which is arranged by 2 by 5. Okay, similarly we have an array C equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, and 30 equals to So again, let's create another array, np dot c and d. Okay. So if you want to add these two arrays, okay, if you want to arrange these two arrays, okay, so if you will go, one by one, then there is 4 different array. If you will try to execute only A, then this will be 1 2 3 4 5, and B, then it will show you 6 7 8 9 and 10. But we are arranging with A and B, and similarly with C and D. So now we have 2 different arrays. Okay. So for if someone if you have a task to arrange these two arrays vertically, okay, then what we need to do is that we need to follow a command, okay, and what we call that okay, and for this we use uh, okay, np dot vstep. Okay, so I'm going to uh, create it. Okay, so now let's name it np dot array, okay, with a n1. Okay, and execute the n1. We have same array and name this as n2. Okay, and execute n2. Any doubt?
No.
So, and the next process we have to follow is that simply np dot b stack, okay, and n1 and n2. So now you can see that these two arrays has been merged into a single array and arranged vertically. Okay, and similarly, if you want to arrange these in a horizontal shape, so I'm not going to create another array. If you want to go with a different array, then let's create some different array. If you are okay with it, then I'm going to use the same array. I think no feedback, so I'm using the same. So now we have to use and for we use okay. So we have to use HStag for horizontal arrangement of array. Okay. So for this I am going to use np dot HStag, okay, which we have two different arrays n1 and n2. So can you see the difference between these two arrays?
Yes.
So the first arrangement was vertically, okay, and the second one is horizontally, okay. And we have one more, we have multiple things to do, and like another command if you would like to add in this, which is np dot okay. So we are going to use this command np dot Can you see it? If you remember any one of these, you can execute your code. You can arrange your array. Okay.
Yes.
Similarly, if you want to like simply, we have different type of array. We have n1, we have n2, and we have this np dot column. Suppose that I'm going to name it like n3. Okay, and then simply execute n3. Okay, I'm creating this n3 because if you want to check the size of this, so that you can check the size of the array. Okay, so if you any one of you remember the size, how to define the size?
np dot size, like we are calling if n3 dot size.
Yeah, it is 20. Okay, and suppose that we have this npv stack. Okay, so I'm going to name it like n4. 4 equals to. Okay, so if you want to execute n4, execute it, and then n4 dot size. It is 20. So in both cases, the size is same. Okay. And now we are going to learn some mathematical. Okay. So what we do in mathematics, the similar operations we have, either addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. Okay. So and few more things. If we have to create some set. Okay, then we used to declare some union, some intersection, and null set. Okay, so what these three types of set, if you remember, then I'm not going to describe all these things. Do you know all these things, union, intersection, and null, or should I elaborate it?
I do remember. You're talking about the union, intersection, and all those things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone?
I only know null means zero, sir. Nothing else that I know. Union and
Yes,
intersection.
yes.
You don't know about union and intersection.
No, I don't.
Oh, one interesting thing. Just now Sanjay said, right? Null means zero. Null doesn't mean zero. It means blank completely. Zero has it's a value. So I
Null
remember like we
means,
had a discussion in team saying null and zero.
yeah,
So
suppose that I have a set. This is a set. Okay. Let me give you another example. In this set, we have mobile, we have SIM, we have laptop. Okay, and we have also cup, we have coffee, only 4. Okay, and we have another group. You can say it. Okay. In this group, we have SIM and cup. Okay, this is group 1. Okay. And this is okay. So if I ask you, Sanjay, that what is the common thing between group A1 and group 2?
Cup and sim.
Exactly. So when we intersect these two things, when we have to find some common property between group 1 and group 2, okay, then there is two different properties which is sim and cup are available in both. Okay,
Mhm.
so the intersection will be known as the result of group A intersection group B will be sim and cup. Okay,
Mhm.
and if you have to create a different group, okay, with union. So in union, suppose that let me add one more thing, laptop. Okay, so and and watch. So we have now two different elements as well. So as you can see that in group one we have mobile, SIM, laptop, and cup, and in group two SIM, cup, laptop, Apple, and watch. Okay, so if we are creating two different groups, okay, so the possibility of creating a group can be either the union of these two groups, this one and this one, okay, and the intersection. So if we intersect, like, then the intersection will be these three particular things. Okay, sim, cup, and lab. Okay, and when we have to unite everything, group one and group two, then we will have mobile, sim, laptop, cup, Apple, and watch. Okay, so the same cup and laptop is repeating in these two groups, so we are not going to repeat in this group. Okay, so union will be the plus of two group, and intersection will be the, the subtraction of similar thing, the separation of similar thing. And suppose that if we have like this group, okay, Sanjay and Preeti. So in group one, mobile, SIM, laptop, and cup, and in group two, Apple and watch. So as you can see that there is nothing common between these two groups. So the result will be like null. There is nothing common between these two groups. Okay.
Okay.
So this was the concept. This is the concept, and let's do with some coding so that the things will be uh, clear. Okay. You all enjoying the session or not?
Yeah, it
A
is
lot
interesting.
actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suppose that similarly I'm creating two different groups. Suppose that I have like this A equals to uh, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, and B equals to uh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and 35. Okay, so let's try to create a So let's create np dot array a and b. So as you can see that we have an array of a and b. Okay. Similarly, I am going to create another group c equals to let's start with 30, 45, 5, 60, 5, 6, 35. Okay. And d equals to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 20. Okay. So create another array. Dot C. There could be some mistake.
I think D has an extra number.
Thank you, Sheena. So we have two different arrays. Okay. Suppose that I am naming this NP array as A1. Any problem? Now I am executing this A1. And this I am naming this array equals to like B1. And executing this, printing this B1. So we have two different master array A1 and B1. Okay. So if you want to like intersect for that, let's use a command which we use hash okay, so we are going to use this. Okay, so let's np dot so as you can see that when we are intersecting 10, 15 and 30, 10, 15, 30 and 60, this is common in these two arrays A1 and B1. Can you find this like 30, 15, 60? Yeah. And also you can see here. So these are the common elements in these two arrays, the array A1 and the array B1. Okay. Any doubt so far?
The syntax is intersect. I can't see
1D.
that. One. Oh, it has to be 1D all
Let me,
times.
yeah, actually I'm not able to, zoom it from here. Let me see if I can.
np dot intersect, right? Yeah, intersect 1D. So is it like we are doing in 1D? That's why we are.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
this is the command for every D. In any
Oh.
dimension, you can
Okay.
you have to use this 1D.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. So this is a first, not the first. This is a one of the mathematical operator, and why I am using with intersection and union, because I think you all remember the addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. But don't worry, I'm going to perform that thing as well in this session. Okay, so like if you want to create something like if you want to differentiate something, okay, so for that let's use set. Okay, so I'm going to use this command. So whatever I'm typing is visible to you or not?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, suppose that we have this intersection. Now if you want to create like np dot set 1t of a1 and can you see? And similarly, this is by A1 and A2. If you are going to check something like np dot, not array, np dot set. If you want to check it in a reverse, like B1 and A1, then the result will be different.
Yeah.
So please remember, like what I try to show you, this is a mathematical operation. Okay, so like you guys are not aware of the operations of matrix. Like we have two different matrix, if you remember. Then this is column and this is row. So how we try to operate like column versus row, if you remember? Do you remember or not?
Can you repeat the question, Piyush? Sorry.
Suppose that we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and again we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 11. So if you remember the operations like this, there are multiple way of creating a operation. Like we first 1 multiply by 2, then 1 multiply by 4, then 1 multiply by 6. Then
Yeah.
with this, if you remember, this is the mathematics of I think 12th standard, or if
Yeah.
you remember engineering, this is in M2 and M3. Okay, so this is the mathematical operation. You don't need to know this because you are performing over Python, but for your deep knowledge, I try to deliver this. Okay, so that you can understand the operation here. Okay, so this is like that. Okay, and suppose like as I said that these are the two additional mathematical operations. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. We have this A1, we have this B1, we have this like uh, we can name anything, C1, D1, anything. Okay, so suppose that let me this was the simple data we have. Okay, so this is not every time you look for the indexing and other thing. Okay, to change the numbers within this. Okay, you do not need to indexing every time. Okay, sometimes you will get a task where you have to simply add few numbers to every element of the deliverables. Okay, suppose that this is the group of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. And the task assigned to you that, dude, simply you have to add 5 to everything. Okay, then what will you do? Then you have to use a command addition. Okay, so for that, suppose that we have this A1. Okay, this A1. Uh, should look, I am going to use different example because it will, it can merge, so it will create a problem to all of you. Suppose that I have uh, m equals to, I'm simply using 1, 3, 5, 7, okay, and n equals to uh, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so we have this array. I'm naming it like m1 equals to, and then m1. Okay, so why I created m1, so that the process will be can be minimized. So in m1 array we have this 2 by 4 element. Okay, 2 by 4 array. So if you want to add something within this, okay, suppose that any number you want to add in this array, any number you can speak, any one of you.
Add 10, sir.
Okay, so the result will be like m1 will be equal to m1 plus 10. Simple command that use this m1 plus 10 and then execute the m1. It's a new value. Can you see the new result? 10, 13, 15, 17, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Okay, and because it is 1, so let me change the value with like 9. Why I did this? Any question, any doubt that why I did this? Because I'm going to perform a subtract, and if any one of you will say that some greater number, then that can confuse you. So like m1 equals to m1 minus 5. Suppose that I am subtracting 5. Okay, so m1 will be, can you see the difference?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
So is
And
it the same
this
for
is
division and multiplication as well?
exactly, this is subtracting from this group. Okay, any doubt? This is not subtracting from this. This is subtracting from this.
Yeah, the original one, because we are calling like that only.
Yeah. If you will change the structure, it will, reduce it from here. Like the addition performed in the, core. So the subtraction will be performed in the core as well. Suppose that we have m1 and I want to perform a multiplication with a, simply I'm multiplying with 2, 3. Okay, so m1 will be, okay. Any question?
No.
So we divided it. So if you have any doubt that we can't go beyond particular thing, we have now additional command to perform mathematical operations in NumPy array. Any doubt?
No.
Great. So today we like in this session we discussed the difference, the intersection, and we also have some. Okay, we also executed the size and the length. Okay, and so the NumPy finished. Any question?
No.
I'm all good, sir, for now.
Keep tweaking these things. Like it was not required to find the size, but I executed the size. Okay, it is not required to sum these things. Okay, suppose that M1. I'm adding this M1. We had this 63.0. The length, the size. Okay, you can also check its type. Keep trying with the different angles, with the different possibilities. The best part is this Python session is that you know the commands and you know how to use those commands. Okay, so you have both skills now, that you know the command and you also know how to use the commands in different circumstances. So this is it for today. Okay, so
Thank you, Piyush.
Thank you.
so I'm stopping the session.
Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.